Miami Sports Always from two homies in Miami.
What is going on, guys? Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be listening to us from. It is the Sports Spectator Podcast, and it is episode, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22, baby. Taylor Swift's still very, very relevant, although the NFL season is way over. But you know what's not over? Our topics that we will be discussing for today. We got another great agenda for you guys. A lot of stuff to talk about. I think right now, Miami, we are down bad. We got the Fish that are absolutely stinking it up in the MLB. The Heat dropping to the 8th seed after losing to the Pacers in just absolutely disgusting fashion yesterday. And we will, of course, get to all of that as we progress with our show. But John, how are you, dude? We haven't talked since our last podcast. Looking fresh, got a fresh cut. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling, I got a new word. I'm feeling rambunctious. That's my new favorite word of the week, which pretty much means lit. Rambunctious is just a synonym for lit. But I'm good, man. It's Monday. I'm not a fan of Mondays, but I'm a fan of recording the Sports Spectator Podcast. It's beautiful weather out here in Monday. Did you have any epiphanies or evolutions take place during the solar eclipse today? What'd you do for the solar eclipse? Did you stare at the sun and go blind, or no?
It actually made me realize the solar eclipse. I missed it today because, as you guys know, I am a corporate slave outside of this this podcast. I realized that I was taking some customer calls while the this event of a lifetime was occurring, and I went to see when the next one would occur, and it's just like 20 years from now, it's like, okay, cool. Basically, was here attending some customers, and basically missed like a really incredible event. But hey, that's business, baby. I guess
put that in your end of the year review. Be like, I sacrificed my 2-decade solar eclipse for our customers because I love this company so much.
Yeah, dude. I'll call it even with like a 75% pay increase or something like that. It's like, yeah, I think I can move past that. But that is the epiphany I had for today, man. Yes, another big news we forgot to talk about was that eclipse, of course. But outside of the eclipse, man, let's go ahead and start off with today's episode. We definitely got to talk about the Marlins. All right, so big thing. We just decided literally, 20 minutes before we started this episode, we're going to the Marlins game on Friday because the tickets are just absolutely dirt cheap, man. I really want to go check out that all-you-can-eat thing. I've seen a couple people talk about it, and apparently it's legit because Lone Depot Park actually has like really, really solid food. So I'm fucking excited for that. I don't know if you purchase it when you actually get into the park, but I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see the boys. I'm hyped for some baseball. I'm not hyped about the fact that we are starting off 1-10, but it's going to be even crazier when we go undefeated for the rest of the season. It's just going to be an absolutely sensational headline. How are you feeling, John? Are you excited about it?
I was thinking that the start's horrible, but I feel like it's going to be one of those seasons where they end up making a run and maybe they clinch and maybe they don't. Kind of like this past season. It was fun following the Marlins at the end of the season. But it looks like it's going to be a just miserable drag for the beginning of this season. Lots of injuries on the pitching side, but as far as the hitters go, the team doesn't look too bad. We've got Jake Berger batting over 300, Tim Anderson at 282, Brian De La Cruz at 273. Berger with 2 home runs already. But I don't know. Like I said, my favorite time to go to a baseball game is when there's nobody there and you can just drink beer and gouge yourself in food and just enjoy the peace and tranquility. So I can't wait. Friday night is going to be Fiesta Friday, where at the end of the game, they let everyone go on the field and party on the field. I forgot about the all-you-can-eat thing. We definitely have to try that out because, you can get tickets for $7 right now. $7. I don't know. Do you know how much the all-you-can-eat thing is?
I think it's like $25 for the all-you-can-eat, which still that's like dirt cheap. I mean, considering how
dirt cheap.
If anything, this is a hedge against inflation if you think about it, because if you compare $25 plus the ticket of admission that it costs to do all you can eat at Lone Depot Park, like you're beating the market. You're hedging against inflation by essentially just getting all of your macronutrients when you go to the game. All right. So if you're listening to this, don't ever say we didn't give. We've given some terrible, and I know we've given some terrible financial takes, but this is not one of them. You guys heard it here first. The Marlins are your guaranteed hedge against inflation if you go and get the all-you-can-eat special. But in all seriousness, dude, I'm super excited. I actually didn't know that the Fiesta night was you could literally go on the field. I have a sneaky suspicion that they're actually, it's sort of an undisclosed tryout. They're going to see maybe who looks the most physical out there, maybe moving, and they're like, all right, this could be a new our new outfielder. This could be our new second baseman. So who knows, dude? We might be out there just kind of shaking it up, just being drunk as hell, and then they'll be like, hey, you guys interested in a contract? Like, I mean, we can't do any worse than we're doing now. So like, fuck it. Like, why don't you guys come play?
I'm gonna wear my I'll wear my soccer cleats to the field to the game. I'll just wear them, and so like when we get on the field, I'll start sprinting the bases, and we can just have like races, sprinting the bases.
Dude, exactly. Like, you never know. We might be on the roster. Like, I don't think we're any worse than some of these guys. So fuck it. And I mean, I'm sorry, Marlins, but it's just like, come on, man. Like, I think this is what historically the worst start of like pretty much any MLB franchise. I think the worst franchise, to my understanding, that started the season off in a more terrible fashion was like the Braves one year that started, I think, like 0-8. And we severely beat that record. Like, shout out to the Marlins making history with that. Just
I think the record of the worst start was 0-14. So we were 75% of the way there. We almost did it.
We were this close to greatness. We were that close.
Yeah, but man, Marlins suck. And since we gave so much good advice for how to go to Marlins games and save it, here's the bad advice that everyone's waiting for. Take the Marlins to make the playoffs. Let me see what these odds are right now. Marlins to make the playoffs odds.
I think last I saw them, they were pretty even. I think it was like at the start of the season, but that line definitely must have shifted by now.
As of the 26th, they are now plus 195. That's better than I expected, honestly.
That is better, like significantly. Man, but I mean, baseball just has so many games that you really can't judge a team based on the first 10 games. So
I have a lot of respect for professional baseball players. I feel like I don't think they get hated on, but I feel like people don't give them enough credit. Like, these seasons are crazy. They really only have like a month off because then they have spring training. If you're in the playoffs, you go longer. But like, baseball is fucking brutal. And like, I played baseball growing up. That shit's boring. You're out on the field. You're playing outfield. You're like just standing there, bro. And then if a ball comes to you and you're not like focused and dialed in, bro, that's your professional contract in jeopardy. So shout out to baseball. Shout out to the Marlins. They fucking suck, but they're gonna win this weekend when we go.
Dude, they better, man. I have a tendency for games that I attend. I've attended 5 Marlins games, and the Marlins are 0-5 in every game I've attended. So I got to be honest, I'm not very hopeful every single one that they've lost. So I don't know, dude. Wow. Maybe I might actually bet the opposing team, because obviously the universe always goes the opposite way of whatever one I bet. So that'll be an interesting force. It's like, which one is going to win? Is it my inclination for attending a game is going to beat my inclination for always losing whatever I bet? We're going to find out. It's going to be an interesting social experiment.
That is exciting. So yeah, anything else on the Marlins? We'll be there on Friday if anyone wants to hold our hands. Kumbaya.
Yeah, seriously.
Genetics with us.
Yeah. I would say it's just like we could probably do like a drinking thing where maybe for like every hit at bat, we'll like chug a beer. But we'll probably just be like stone cold sober if we actually decide to do that. So we'll figure something out, dude. I'm excited for the fiesta on the field.
And it's $5 beers as well on Fridays. So about to get toasty.
Dude, all you can eat $5, dude. That's just pure chaos. Like, they're just like, fuck it, bro. Just like get obliterated. Like, come on the field. Like, you want to take a base home? Like, fuck it, dude. Like, who cares? Who cares? It's like, what are any of us doing like right now? Why are you at this game? You want to take part of the grass home? Like, bro, fuck it. It's fiesta night.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm definitely taking grass home for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Some Les Miles action.
Ooh, good reference. I wonder if any of our listeners will get that one. I got that one, John. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm not excited about the rest of the season, but fuck it, I'm nothing if not optimistic. So I still think we're going to clinch the division. At worst, make it to the World Series at best. And that's my hot take for the day. So we'll see how that one pans out.
So moving over to Inter Miami, some soccer ball. Big news really coming up right now is the Champions League or Champions Cup. Someone was in our Instagram comments saying, don't ever say Champions League again. Sorry, bro. Champions Cup. We lost our first game of the quarterfinals versus Monterrey, the Mexican club. No Mexican club has lost a game to a non-Mexican club in this Champions Cup, except for this week when we go to Mexico. They beat us 2-1. We got a red card. They scored 2 goals with red cards. Mexican fans were talking mad smack. I made this video on Instagram that was pretty hostile, and I definitely got a lot of Mexican fans' feelings with it. And I love it when people talk shit when like you win a game like completely just because of the circumstances. Like it wasn't talent. It wasn't. You literally won the game because our team had one less player on the field, but they still take it into their own account to just completely run with it as fast as they can. So this week we go to Mexico. We have to score 2 goals and allow 0 to win pretty much. So any variation of that, but I feel good about it. Messi in Mexico. I think it's Messi's first time playing in Mexico. So that's going to be nuts. Monterrey is like a very historic, internationally known stadium. World Cup game is going to be played there. It's like this beautiful backdrop of mountains. And that city is going to be insane for this game. It's going to be really, really exciting. It's on Wednesday. What do you think? Mexico versus USA, Mexico versus Messi. Juan, what's your prediction for this game?
I got to go with Mexico on this one, dude. I got family in Mexico. I love Mexico. And I actually do a pretty good Mexican accent to the point that I could probably disguise myself as someone from there. So
I mean, now you have to do it. You can't just tease the mic with that.
All right. Full disclosure, if I get canceled for this, I did preface it by saying that, again, I love Mexico. So this is in no way, I'm not trying to get myself canceled. Let's see. What's a good one?
Viva Mexico.
There you go. Is that a Monterrey local?
It's the best one that I can make. So we'll yeah, dude. So unfortunately, this time around, I gotta go with my Mexican boys, dude. A little bit biased on this one.
A little bit.
That's a little bit. Besides
that game, I mean, it's pretty much just like the MLS meat grinder. It's similar to baseball. Long season, 34 games. We're in 3rd or 4th place right now. Messi's playing in some games, not playing in others. Just trying to keep this horse nice and oiled and rested up. So Wednesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, a late game. That's gonna be really exciting though. It's gonna be one of the best soccer games of this MLS season. So if you don't know about it, now you do. Definitely tune into it. Stay up late. It's going to be lit because Miami's going to win and Mexico will cry, and therefore so will Juan. So that's my Miami update.
Fair enough. What's your hot take for this game, John?
I think we're going to shit on them. I think we're going to just like make that stadium in Mexico just go absolutely nuts. Maybe they'll rush the field. Maybe it'll be a big publicized event. But yeah, I feel good. I mean, I'm always so cocky with Inter Miami because usually the only reason why that team loses or quote unquote underperforms is because there's a red card. You have a lot of starters out. Messi's not playing. But like when all the things are set up for us, like it's Messi, it's Suarez, it's like these international superstars. It's like to have any opinion that like they're not going to win is just ignorant. No offense to you, but I'm just saying. I'm saying to like these other people that are like they try and look at this Inter Miami team as like it's like oh like they're overrated and like oh it's like Miami and it's the MLS. It's like bro, it's these international superstars when they're all playing, bro. Like what are you talking about? This is a World Cup winner, like so. I'm excited. I'm really excited for games like this where all the players should really be on the field and the opportunity is amazing. And like I said, like do a Google search, Monterrey Soccer Stadium, and you'll understand.
No, it's I've seen it. Yeah, it's actually Monterrey is where they have NFL matches. Dude, big sports town over there, dude. Title town potentially, but dude. They definitely love their sports there. I did want to touch on, speaking of superstars, I definitely got to recall this because we got a lot of people on our Instagram. But dude, when we posted on April Fool's that we were officially getting Neymar, I'm a little disappointed in how many people actually took that bait and took it for granted. Seriously, guys, like we got to increase media literacy a bit. And like you cannot take things just at face value like that. Like, guys, like that was very clearly like misinformation in the spirit of April Fools. So please, I beg you, like when you see things on the internet, especially now with the rising of AI, like by God, do not just take things, um, at face value. So I thought a lot of people were going to call us out, like, "Oh, haha, good one," but like a lot of people started responding, like, "Oh my God, no way! Like it actually happened." Like, no, man.
I
Like,
got a message from someone, I think like yesterday or today, that just saw it. They're like, "Really?" I mean, I went kind of deep on it. I put the salary, I put like the transfer fee, the record. So, but yeah, man, we're in here. We're in for here for virality and clicks and likes and loves. We are clout chasers, and we're out here
straight
grinding.
up.
So, thank you for your
Yeah.
ignorance.
Yeah, seriously, guys. But by God, like, please be a little bit more proactive and like not just believing everything that gets posted. Especially if I'm the one posting it. John's a little bit more credible. I just say whatever the fuck I'm thinking. Not that you can tell who's posting between the two of us, but like the one that looks more credible, that's John. The one that's just like the dumbest take you ever heard. Yeah, that one's probably me. But yeah, man. Should be good, dude. Well, what else do we have to look forward for Inter Miami? What other things are happening in the future of the season?
It's really that game, and then it's kind of a stretch of MLS games, which are kind of boring, up until really July, end of July. So it's all MLS uh, in May, June. I mean, of course, if we beat Monterrey, we'll advance in that tournament. We'll go to the semifinals. But yeah, man, just the MLS meat grinder into the summer, the heat. Lots of professional players say how like underrated the MLS is and how difficult it is to play. And the reason is because like it's America, baby.
Yeah,
You got
dude.
a lot of different geographies: cold, hot, humid, arid. So yeah, man, that's really all we got.
Dude, good shit, good shit. All right, now talking about a more miserable sports team in Miami, our beloved Miami Heat, whom's graphic I have back here. Got to go on a little bit of a rant, dude. I don't know what is going on with this organization. I don't know if they have like a weird kink where they just like to make it seem that it's just like, yeah, guys, like all hope is lost, that they're not going to make the playoffs, because they did this exact same shit last year. And you know what's funny? Jimmy Butler, right after the finals last year, had a quote where he said, "We're going to be in this same spot next year." And holy shit,
Why the
was he
fuck would you say
literal.
that?
Well, he was talking about it. He was talking about it in the context of like we're going to be in the finals next year.
Oh, okay.
But in hindsight, now looking back at that quote, you're like, yeah, bro, like you're right. We're literally in the exact same fucking spot. Like we're back in the play-in tournament. We're at an 8th seed now, like trying to fight for a playoff spot. So like, yeah, you weren't wrong, but like, holy shit, dude, it's a little annoying like how right you were. So yeah, man, for anyone who hasn't seen it, we had probably our biggest game of the regular season yesterday against the Pacers because dub yesterday would have guaranteed us the 6th spot in the playoff standing. It would have guaranteed us, again, a playoff series to begin. It would have either been against the Magic or the Cavaliers, both of which would have been an amazing series. But now we're back to the 8th seed, okay? And if we stay there, just like we did last year, then we got to go once again against the top seeded Boston Celtics. Which again, last year we went against the top seeded team, and we obviously beat them. But it's not looking good, dude. We looked pretty bad out there. A lot of bad shooting. Playoff Jimmy nowhere to be found. Terry Rozier also kind of disappeared. Didn't really look all that scary yesterday. So I don't know, dude. I mean, at this point, we pretty much guaranteed ourselves a spot in the play-in tournament. So again, we're going to be fighting for either a 7 seed at best, 8th seed at worst. Obviously, worst case scenarios that we don't even win out in the play-in tournament, and we just don't even make the playoffs at that point. So yeah, dude, very
How does the
Miami.
play-in tournament work? Like, how does it work exactly?
So basically, by this time in the season, the current 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed basically play in a small tournament. I have to look it up again, but it's like the winner of the 7th and 8th seed basically gets the 7th seed, and then the next round, I think it's like the loser of the fuck, dude. Yeah, I gotta look it up again. It's
It's
pretty
four
straightforward.
teams though.
Yeah, it's 4 teams. It's the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed that
And
all
two
play
teams
for the
make it.
7 eighths. Yeah.
Got it.
So of those 4 teams, 2 of them are going to get a playoff spot. I just forget how the other bracket goes. I know that if you're the 7th and 8th seed going into the play-in tournament and you win that game, you're guaranteed the 7th seed. And then basically after that, I think it's like the remaining winners then get the 8th seed. It's pretty much how it works. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much what it was last year. We had to beat the Chicago Bulls in order to basically get the 8th seed. And I don't know, man. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling very scared because Indiana, they're a good team, but somehow just like the most random ass players that you've never heard of just become like prime LeBron James whenever they play the Miami Heat. TJ McConnell, whose name I legitimately had not heard and I do not know how long, this guy came out of nowhere and just like obliterated the Heat, like made us look like a YMCA team. Now, granted, the reffing in that game wasn't all that great. Scott Foster just had a sensational just had a sensational game against the Heat because, as always, he just always gives us the most whack calls, which actually got a lot of controversy on Twitter. I said that, and a lot of people were saying, "We're like, oh, you wouldn't have even stayed in the game if it wasn't for Scott Foster." Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, that guy literally hates the Heat. And any call that he makes for the team, he is going to then he plays like 3D chess because any call he gives us is just to give us false hope because in the end he's going to end up fucking us. Because literally the game came down to a free throw that we tried to rebound, but apparently someone jumped too early. I don't know if it was Tyler Hero. I don't know if it was Kevin Love. A lot of people are saying differently. I haven't taken the time to check. But because of that, weren't able to rebound it and win the game. So I'm in hell. It's I don't know what to do. The Marlins suck. The Heat, I don't know what they're doing, bro. I think this might be it for Jimmy after this year, man.
You think he was going to retire?
I don't know if he's going to retire, but I feel like there's no way he can replicate like the last 2 times that we went to the finals and him having that same level of intensity, man. The East got way too strong. We still don't have like a lot of players that are stepping up. I mean, yesterday we needed players to step up, and I don't think anyone was really doing it. So I don't know, man. I hope that I am proven wrong and that we still get a playoff spot and that we still make a deep run. But I'm scared, dude. Yesterday was my getting scared meter is burning hot right now. I'll say that much.
Who's your ideal turn-up player? Like, who would you think would give us the best chance to be as successful if they turned up?
Damian Lillard. That was from the very beginning. That's literally where we are right now is why we needed the guy. Like, we needed a playmaker to give us just that little bit of an edge. Just make those critical 3-pointers, which yesterday the Heat were shooting below 40%. Like, this is a guy that you need in those situations. Okay? Hero wasn't stepping up. Our boy Duncan, friend of the podcast, was not stepping up. Jaime was not stepping up. Terry Rozier, I think he actually might have even gotten injured this game.
For players on the team, though, would it be Terry that you would think had the biggest impact if he played well, or who?
I think so. Terry, whenever he turns up, he gets scary. I mean, his name is Scary Terry for a reason. So I think we need another guy. I will say the only bright spot on the team is Bam because he actually has been making 3-pointers, which was not something historically he was.
It's almost like before. It's kind of like out of desperation for the team. He's like, "Damn, we need fucking 3-pointers."
Yeah,
I gotta start learning how to do this.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck it, like I'll do it myself," because like none of you motherfuckers are doing it. But I don't know, man. I just don't know how this team is gonna be like a Sixers, even a Knicks. Celtics, man, like all of these teams that are just like really, really crazy deep. Bucks, obviously, like they're always a handful in the playoffs. I'm nervous, dude. That's all I got to say. But I mean,
who's your finals pick right now? Who are your 2 teams?
My finals pick, like biased or unbiased opinion.
I mean, all I care about are biased opinions.
Honestly, my biased opinion, I would gotta go with Heat Clippers. That would be my finals pick. My realistic
Clippers,
pick,
wow.
yeah, Clippers are hot right now, dude. Believe it or not, they are a solid team. They're doing pretty good stuff out there, bro.
Wow, I didn't realize this is literally the reincarnated OKC Thunder, pretty much.
Yeah,
James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George. What the fuck?
yeah, literally like OKC Thunder Part Two.
Wow.
I see them. I feel like they're not getting enough attention.
Yeah.
But realistically, I would either pick the Nuggets. I don't think anyone else is beating them out in the West, and then probably the Celtics. Man, they're looking scary. But you know what? As scary as they're looking, I still wouldn't be surprised if like the Heat somehow found a way to beat them because we're just like we're Boston killers. And honestly, I could be okay with any other result, but if like we somehow beat Boston in a series, that would be enough for me. Like that's better than a championship.
Especially with them as the 1 seed too, and then just beat
Oh
them
my-
in round 1 of the playoffs.
Oh my god, dude! Like I would literally go to Massachusetts like whatever game we beat them in and just like literally collect just like Boston boy tier. That sounds pretty weird.
Watch list check.
Yeah, seriously. I would literally go and collect Massachusetts fans' tears. That still sounds pretty weird, but whatever. You know what I mean, dude? Because that would just make like my whole like that would be it. That's all I need. Because fuck, man, I hate the Northeast, dude. So that would be enough. But I don't know, dude. We got I think it's 4 games left in the regular season. Seeing if we can scrap together a playoff spot, and I don't know, man. Seeing who the fuck steps up, but. I'm nervous, dude. That's all I gotta say. So
Hawks, Mavs, Raptors twice. So I mean, it's not a bad schedule. So
yeah, I think three of those games are easily winnable. I don't know about the Mavs. That's going to be tough because they're also a solid team. Also, I don't think any team in the East is beating anyone in the West. Just being realistic, like the West is just way too stacked right now. Like the sole fact that the Celtics are like 18 games ahead in first place, whereas in the West, I think I'm pretty sure the Nuggets still hold the number 1 seed. That's tied right now.
The Timberwolves and the Nuggets both have 54 wins, and third place has 53. So it's super close.
Yeah, it's super close. Whereas in the East, it's like not even close, man. Like the Celtics clinched the number 1 seed back in like March. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All odds are stacked against the Heat, honestly, but somehow this is when they perform the best. Like when you count them out, like when you're just like, no, there's no way that they're going to make it out of this, dude. But like a superhero in an action movie, they just figure out a way. But I'm not getting my hopes up. That's all I got to say.
Everything you just said was not getting your hopes up. Just
yeah. I'm trying to word my words so that if they do make it, I'm going to be like, see, I told you guys, like I told you. And if they don't make it, I'll be like, well, I also said, you have to be cautiously optimistic. And if you weren't, that's on you.
That's true.
I'm playing both sides.
True CIA, just information and manipulation. Good job.
Yeah.
That's where the boy tier collection must have come from as well. Must be some weird psyop.
Dude, it reminds me of like an episode of Part of My Take where someone was like, one of them was talking about like Carson Wentz playing, or no, Jalen Hurts playing, and he was saying, yeah, dude, he had this little boy ass play, and then it just became a thing. It's just like, oh, little boy ass play.
Wow.
Yeah. So I feel like I basically just dug myself into that hole by saying what I said earlier.
Speaking of saying crazy shit, and also speaking of misinformation, I posted a thing of it was Tyreek Hill with Antonio Brown holding up an FAU jersey, most random picture.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That would be nuts if AB came out of retirement to the Dolphins. Can you imagine the clips that Mike McDaniel would have talking?
No, I
Antonio Brown.
Holy cow, that is the last thing that we need, bro. That guy has not played football, I think, in like 2 years. And listen, I actively follow the guy on Twitter, and he's certifiably insane. Like
CT ESPN, baby.
Yeah, CT ESPN. Like he really owns that. Like holy
You should
shit,
get it trademarked, honestly.
I think he did.
Mistake.
Like he's
Nice.
I think he started that as a joke, but now he's like doing a podcast. And he was actually the first to report that Stephon Diggs went to the Texans. Like he was the first one to be like, speculating that Stephon Diggs is going to go to the Texans. And then it ended up happening, and people are like, holy shit, like, is this guy just retarded enough that like he's actually really smart? Like I think that's what it is.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't say that. On a recorded podcast, but
you meant that in the terms of I don't know, something else.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
But
I take that back. We'll redact that.
I just picture like a camera up on the stadium ledge with Tua, AB, and Mike McDaniel, and Tua and Mike McDaniel having some like logical conversation, and AB just saying crazy shit. I just want to be able to see that in real life. But selfishly, I agree. It's obviously it would be good for the Dolphins, but it'd be elite content.
It would be, but dude, that is not who we need. An O-line right now. We need to beef up the secondary even more. Like Antonio Brown as a receiver. I don't know, man. We'd be pretty desperate if that's a move that the Dolphins did. I will say that much.
Yes. No, it won't happen. So, what else?
I think that about covers it, man. Yeah, man. Miserable right now. Fish suck. Miami Heat suck. Panthers are actually doing pretty good. So
we got to become Panthers fans or something, because it's like the only bright spot. Well, I mean, Inter Miami is a bright spot, but Florida Panthers are like it might be the best.
Well, you know what I noticed? I noticed it's always the teams I'm never actively rooting for that like somehow do well. Because I haven't actively rooted for the Panthers these past couple of years, and they've gone to 2 Stanley Cups.
Have you ever rooted for the Panthers?
Yeah. I mean, if someone were to ask me, it's just like, hey, who's your hockey team? That is who I would say. But I definitely don't follow it to the extent that I do all the other South Florida teams. So I think if I actively start following them, if I start tweeting about them, they're just suddenly like, you're just going to see injuries pile up, and like people are going to get traded. People are going to be like, what the fuck's going on? And it's like, oh, Juan became a fan. That's, he became a more active fan. That's what.
So don't do that. All right, we'll stay away from the Panthers then. Maybe they'll win the Stanley Cup this year.
Oh, dude, please. I need something, man. Because
that'd be wild.
Gators aren't doing good. No one's doing good. It's tough out here, bro.
No one's doing good.
Bama got eliminated. Didn't make it to the final.
It was fun while it lasted. I was happy to be a basketball fan for a minute. I was watching the tournament. Is tonight the men's final?
I think so, actually.
Nice. Someone said, nice! Another reason to do nothing productive and just sit in front of the TV. So my friend from school has a 99.5 or 99.9% bracket with Purdue as the winner. And he's telling everyone to bet Purdue. So, yeah, I'm going to bet Purdue now.
Fuck it. I'm betting Purdue.
Zach Edey, the 7'8".
Man, that's who the Heat need. Like, they just need someone that tall. They're missing size.
Right. That's true. Maybe we'll draft Zach Edey. Canadian.
That'd be incredible, dude.
I don't like Canadian American sports players. I have to say this bias of myself.
Wow.
What do you think about? Do I have a problem?
How did we attack an entire continent on this episode? We attacked Mexico. We attacked Canada. I said little.
I love attacking Mexico. As far as pause. In terms of soccer rivalry, it's amazing because like Mexico, America is like such a huge rivalry in soccer, but now we're finally like at the upper hand. I'd love just rubbing it in.
Yeah,
Canada. Why do I have qualms with Canada? I don't know. Something about American sports and a Canadian just same thing with like NFL football players. If they're like Canadian, they just immediately go down like a notch on the respect meter. I don't know. You ever get that feeling?
Juan Holland's a Canadian player. He's our star safety. Still not too late to take that back, John.
I'll take it back. I'll take it back for Javon Holland. No one else, though. Any Miami player that comes, you got your rank up. Anyone else?
Yeah.
No.
Chase Claypool is technically Canadian, and he's pretty ass.
Oh,
He
dude,
was on
that
the
proves
Dolphins
my
for-
point
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So I think Javon Holland is more the exception rather than the rule, because I would agree with that. Most Canadian football players, not that great.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've dug our hole enough for our online identities and reputations.
All right. Well, if we're still not canceled by next episode, because like at this point, it's really just a matter of time, then we'll see everyone else on episode. Nobody
Michael
likes you
Jordan.
when you're 23.
Nice. All right. Peace out, guys. Let's go Purdue.